Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Love Beach, right now on States and Kingdoms. Welcome back to States and Kingdoms. Today we're talking about Love Beach by Emerson, Lake and Palmer, one of my very favorite albums, and probably
you can't get
their
people to
best.
click off of this immediately.
So you wanted to mention, before we started, kind of like a few ground rules talking about this album.
Ground rules. It's hard to talk about an album like this, and you want to be objective, of course. You love Emerson, Lake and Palmer, so you have there's a feeling of wanting to defend them a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
There are definite pros and cons to this album. I mean, I'll just say one pro I find is that I think the production on this is very good.
It does sound really good.
So it's right away. Is it a a horrible album full of nothing but putrescence and filth?
Boo.
No. I mean, at the very least, the production is very good.
That's like real piratey what you just said.
Yeah. Well, I am talking about ELP.
So piratey.
And
along with the production and it sounding so great, Greg Lake's voice.
Yes.
He is like top form. He sounds awesome. And
yeah.
I mean, it sounds like, to his credit, he's really given his all to these songs. And he sounds really good. I mean, his range is totally there, intact. Everything, the power and
which is the issue,
softness of his voice, all of that. That's so great about him.
Which is a major issue on their next endeavor.
Yeah.
Another a con would be that Peter Sinfield's lyrics are not good.
Yeah.
They're not good.
It's a lot of love.
Some of them, I mean, they vary, but let's talk about it.
Okay.
Side 1.
Yeah. I love it.
All I Want Is You.
Best song ever.
You know what? When this song starts, I think you understand. It's like it sounds okay, but you understand that this is. It doesn't sound so dissimilar from Works 1 or 2, line 1 or 2, and you kind of obviously now know that this was the record company pushing them. This is an album. This is not an album they wanted to do.
Yeah.
The record company wanted them to make a hit record.
Right.
So the first song, you're like, okay, I understand that, and it's not that bad, but and really, All I Want Is You is not that bad, but the lyrics just go absolutely nowhere.
They hold it back.
All I Want Is You, saying that just over and over again is not enough. I mean, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
So the first song, you could kind of be lulled into a false sense of security, I suppose. You feel like
not bad.
It's not that bad.
Sounds like Emerson, like a Palmer.
Lyrics aren't the greatest, but it's not that bad.
Right.
And then Love Beach,
which is catchy.
This is where I think on the whole record, the lyrics, they make things a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think that musically this is not going to be up to par.
No.
It's not going to be up to par. If you play this next to almost anything else, those other records,
right,
really they blow it away.
Yeah, and I know that.
But it's also not garbage.
Of course.
It's not total garbage. The lyrics are, though.
Because I want to like it. You know me. I'm trying to like it. But yeah, the lyrics on this song, maybe in particular this song.
No. In particular, the next song.
Oh.
Love Beach.
Yeah, you're right.
Love Beach.
All I needed was a title, and then it all came back to me.
Yeah. So, Love Beach, it's funny. It's
not funny.
It's kind of like what they were trying to do. It's kind of a catchy song, melody. But it seems like pre-made to just kind of annoy everybody. Love Beach. it's if you think
But
about
there is a love beach.
if you think about some of the other bands, like I remember I've seen Keith Emerson was talking about, Yes was having success in like 71. Genesis was beginning to have more success, at least in the United States. But I can't imagine either of those bands singing Love Beach. And if I could imagine, if Phil
Collins... It would
Collins...
be John Anderson.
Yeah, right. If Peter Gabriel or Phil Collins could actually sing that with a straight face, which is impossible, I'm sure.
Truly, I mean, loved by the beach.
Yeah. The next song...
Taste of My Love.
There's no way no.
Maybe Robert Plant could get away with it.
He even didn't do that. No, these are not good lyrics. And, and because they come in such a rapid succession at the beginning of the record, it sours you on this immediately.
Well, so it's like, how many times can we use the word love as a euphemism for something else?
Well,
it starts to feel a little silly.
Well, on this one, I mean, there are lines here that are genuinely funny, but I really wish they weren't. I just wish they weren't there.
Like the get on my rocket and
like stallion and it's come on now.
Okay, Greg.
Anyway, what I'm saying is that basically, I guess what we're saying is musically, no, it's not incredible stuff. It's pretty much what they were trying to do. Just
make anything.
Well, just make something that is radio friendly and rather short and maybe with a catchy melody, but they dumbed it. The lyrics dumb it down too much. They didn't.
They went too far in the other direction.
Have to do that.
Yeah.
And it is really unfortunate. I mean, genuinely unfortunate.
And then The Gambler is kind of a bit of funkiness, and it's got.
It sounds almost like a Spencer Davis group.
It's got background vocals. Got the lady singers in the background, and
I would say
I don't need that.
It's funny lyrically. It's better because it's definitely more in line with.
He doesn't say love. I don't think.
Gamble my love. Bet my love. Every meter of my love. Mm-hmm. Kilometer. And then For You. And I think For You, of course, I mean, the beginning of it makes you feel like it's more like an ELP song. I mean, it's got a little bit more of that sound.
It begins with a little bit more of the Emerson.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, if anything, you're missing some of the keyboards or the organ or the piano. Like, you want that maybe a little more on the other songs. Well, it's there, but...
Well, Emerson and Palmer is a band that I do listen to for virtuosity. Really, it is.
It's really all you're getting here is the singing. The really, really good vocals.
On side one, it's very much Greg Lake, but it's kind of diluted Greg Lake.
Yeah.
Because it just isn't,
Yeah.
Peter Sinfield is a fantastic lyricist. This is a big fail.
Maybe it's so bad it's good.
No, really, that's overrated. Anyway, For You is not bad, but again, I do feel like the lyrics are just one note. Mm-hmm. They aren't very interesting. They don't add anything. And that's the thing, I think, for all of these songs, are they masterpieces? No. But the lyrics don't add anything. They detract.
Yeah.
And that's
they distract.
Well, they do on Taste of My Love. I'm like, really?
What?
What? What did you say? What was that? I'm not ordering peaches and cream. Get out of here. On Canario. Is actually good. It is good.
Yeah, I like this song.
And it finally, after kind of muddling through what is just, mediocrity, basically, it feels like you're finally at some familiar territory.
Yeah, it has more, more movement, more like tempo changes and shifts, and
it's more
obviously
lively.
It's an instrumental.
Right.
So
the lyrics are really bad.
They're not even there, which in this case is a
no. It is. It is.
Thing.
It is good. It's not one of their greatest instrumentals, but it's good.
Yeah.
And and then side two, And side 2 is actually very interesting.
I actually really like the second side.
I know you do.
I do.
You were famous for your lack of taste. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not just saying that. I really like it.
There are things to like. There are things to like. It's
it's a whole suite, lots of different parts.
There are some wonderful piano parts.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the lyrics they lapse into a kind of workaday melodrama that just doesn't resolve itself. It just doesn't.
Not enough pirate.
At times it's good, but ultimately it doesn't reach like a full resolution. It feels kind of unfinished, but it is something to return to and listen to. It is something to listen to this album for.
Yeah.
And
it's got some really beautiful moments. I really do enjoy some parts of it. I enjoy the whole song, but there's some real parts there that I really look forward to. I really look forward to hearing.
Well, for one thing, like we said, Greg Lake, I love Greg Lake's voice.
Mm-hmm, me too.
And he still sounded amazing at this time. And that is a virtue for this record. Mm-hmm. It's one thing you can hang on to.
He's not phoning that one in. And,
the production sounds very good. It really does. I think it really does. Mm-hmm. I like the way this album sounds. I think it sounds good. Ultimately, to me, it's mediocre. It's unfinished. It was made under duress. It wasn't something they were inspired to write. It
wasn't like they were frolicking on Love Beach.
It's exactly like that, Jenna.
I thought you said you didn't want to talk about the cover.
Look at this.
I like it.
You would. Anyway, ultimately, I don't think it's not garbage. It's mediocre. It was done, by a band that didn't want to make a record at the time and wasn't necessarily getting along very well. And and Emerson, Lake and Palmer is such a unique group. Really, there's hardly anyone like them. And it's like what after Brain Salad Surgery and then Works. And obviously there are plenty of people who don't like Works, Volume 1 or 2. I like Volume 1.
Me too.
Volume 2 is a hodgepodge, basically, but there's still some really good stuff there. But I like Volume 1, but it's sort of like, where were they going after that?
Well, because one of the hallmarks of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the thing that I think about is that like violent nature.
Yeah.
They have that like violence and that.
Well, the bombast.
Yeah. It's intense. So this is definitely lacking some of that intensity.
It's most certainly lacking that, yeah.
So it's a little like adult contemporary Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
And which doesn't sound that bad. Honestly,
it's not that bad.
If the lyrics were better, if you didn't have A Taste of My Love following Love Beach, and some of the other lyrics just being kind of uninspired and bland, I don't think this would have been, and obviously, yes, if they hadn't looked like this on the cover, yes, I'm sure it would have been received a little bit better. But I'm not sure where, I don't know.
They're on drugs.
I'm not sure where they would have gone after this. It's an interesting record, definitely. If you're not a tried and true Emerson, Lake and Palmer fan, I doubt you're gonna like it. I wouldn't recommend it, because obviously there's
that's why
plenty of other things to recommend.
It's so hard talking about an album like this, because you can't help but compare it to like their highest heights.
No,
sure. And like, did they have more in them at this exact moment? Not sure. This is what we got. So maybe this is,
I can't imagine they didn't. They were in their prime, really. But yeah, that's the part of it that is almost depressing.
Yeah.
That this is basically it. And it's not, obviously, it's not an album that they even really wanted to make.
Right.
And that's the main thing. It's sort of like, it's not even a record this was business. You know, they did their best.
Yeah.
And their best here, not wanting to do this and being like exhausted and probably not liking each other all that much.
Right.
Their best is, you know, that is not so bad.
Right. I'm happy to have it. I'm glad.
I know we're repeating ourselves, but I really feel like the lyrics let this album down.
Because it could have been, even with exactly this, musically, performance-wise, sound-wise, like the production, it could have been better if the lyrics had a little bit more
substance.
And it would have just elevated it that much, that much more.
Yeah, and maybe
I don't even care about the lyrics.
Yeah. Anyway. When we talk about In the Hot Seat, then we can really cry.
Thank you so much for watching our discussion of Love Beach. Make sure to let us know what you think of this album in the comments. Please make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned here at Tasting Kingdoms for more videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We will see you next time.